Hello, my name is Kilpatrick. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Nick's father. I need to address the elephant in the room with us. Literally, we don't actually have a real elephant in the room, but figuratively there is. The elephant in the room is a metaphorical idiom from an obvious problem that no one wants to discuss. The elephant in the room here is that my son died of an overdose of cocaine and fentanyl. He was found lifeless on a set of bleachers alone in the cold. I began to hear from people that Nick hadn't come home. From the previous night after informing people that he was going to the recovery meeting. When his cell phone wasn't being answered and he hadn't been in contact with anyone, in my head I tried to remain calm. But my heart told me otherwise. I instinctively felt something was wrong. He had no identification on him, which was concerning. If something were to happen to him, I called a hospital asking if there was any unidentified males fitting this description. I was relieved to find out there wasn't. Relieved only a little bit. My gut still didn't feel right. I called the city morgue, asking again for any unidentified males that were brought in with his description. Again, the answer was no. Now I felt better. But in less than 5 minutes, I received a phone call from the morgue saying that 8th District Police had just called saying that an unidentified male was found deceased, fitting the description of my son. I felt an unwrenching feeling in my stomach and immediately drove to the site where he was found. On the drive over, I was hoping it was just a bad dream, maybe some kind of hallucination. As I pulled into the site, reality was there, right in front of my face. Police were on site, paramedics already gone. The medical examiner on his way. My worst nightmare was now reality. I wanted nothing more than to hold my son, hoping maybe that I had some special powers to bring him back. That was a mistake. That a mistake was made, but it wasn't. The police kindly recommended that I go home and wait for a call from the medical examiners. I didn't see my son's body for 4 days. A year ago tomorrow will mark a 1-year anniversary of the time I first noticed that Nick was dealing with more than an experimental stage in his life of drug use. 4 rehabs and 2 fairly successful 3-month stints later, we are here at a funeral. Drug abusers are stigmatized as weak, come from bad parenting, or they have made a choice to be this way and make them stop. If it was that cut and dry, we wouldn't be faced with the epidemic we are faced today. Parents are burying their children too often anymore. We are dealing with a monster of narcotic and fentanyl. Fentanyl is 50 times more potent than heroin, which in itself is extremely dangerous. And it only takes 0.025 milligrams to kill you. To give you an example, a typical baby aspirin is 81 milligrams. If you cut that tablet into 324 pieces, 1 piece can kill you. This fentanyl is what they're lacing the common drugs with, and they are extremely accessible and fairly inexpensive. They're estimating 1,300 deaths are going to be related to drug overdose in Philadelphia this year, and fentanyl is present in 84% of those cases. I relayed this information today to you all because if I can help at least save one person's life with these words, it will be worth it. Because I don't want anyone to have to go through the pain what my family and I are experiencing. On December 22nd, 2018 at 2:14 in the afternoon, a once beautiful, free-spirited, deep-thinking, tenacious, loyal, and loving young man was stolen from us. If you don't believe me, look around at the pictures, the videos, listen to the stories of how he made us laugh, or give us that wow moment on the ice when he was tending the net. I've been reflecting on his life these past few days, and he's done more things than I ever had. He took risks. I request that anyone who is living with guilt don't. Nick was fighting a demon that was more powerful than any of us. Nick was a fighter. We all tried our best. I've been told that I've been strong throughout all this, and I've tried to be for my family, but no man is an island, and you're only as good as your supporting cast. If not for my family and friends, I would be nothing. The outpouring of love and support has been more than overwhelming. Nick was into the yin and the yang, which represents how seemingly opposite forces may be actually complementary and interconnected. And maybe through this life and now death, we are to learn some lessons, to maybe show us how fragile life really is, and to try to be more free-spirited and goofy, to stop being fun sponges. Maybe we need to start valuing human life more, being grateful for the little things. I'm personally taking some solace that although he fought the demon of drug addiction, that he didn't fight it too long, that we lost him fully to where the memories of all the good that he brought to us will be clouded by the side effects of what active addiction can bring. I had a front row seat of this battle, and I know this wasn't what he wanted to be. I request you all remember my son for the good he brought to your lives. Forever 27, forever 72, forever KP. We will always love you.